And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Allendale, Michigan. Today, under sunny skies, it's women's GLIAC softball action, the first of two broadcast today here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Cleary, your host for the action today as Grand Valley tries to keep it going after 9 straight wins. The Lakers today, on a beautiful day, will take on the Cavaliers of Walsh down Ohio way, and we take a look at Ellie Ballbach right there and her Laker teammates. Janae Langs getting ready to trot out to her defensive position. And Sarah Andrzejczyk, who had a 3-hit shutout yesterday and a Game 1 win against Malone, makes the start in the circle today for Dana Callahan and Jen Rivera and Grand Valley, which upped its record now on the season to 32-8 by virtue of those 2 wins that came yesterday at the expense of Malone. And Andrzejczyk was really outstanding. Only allowed 1 hit through the first 5 yesterday and only had 1 small spot of trouble in the 6th inning when Malone had a couple of back-to-back knocks, but she got the final out of that frame and then completed the shutout as Grand Valley won Game 1 5-0 behind the senior, who was honored here today on Senior Day at Grand Valley. Sarah Andrzejczyk's been a real workhorse and mainstay for the Lakers in her 4 years since arriving on campus here from her hometown of Sagamore Hills, Ohio. So good opportunity for her. She beat an Ohio team yesterday, trying to beat another one today. And the Lakers will continue their pursuit of the frontrunners in the GLIAC standings at the start of play this weekend. Wayne State and Hillsdale. Hillsdale will be here for a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock in Allendale. So if you're in the area, stop on by. Plenty of great things to see here today and tomorrow. Not only the women's doubleheader today, but the women's GLIAC Golf Championship taking place right now at the Meadows Golf Course, which is just adjacent to our stadium here. And they'll be playing again tomorrow. So it's Andrzejczyk on the rubber for Grand Valley. The lineup the same as yesterday to start, with Chelsea Horvath in right field, and Andrzejczyk is on the outside edge with that great low delivery. She had good command yesterday, and she quickly jumps ahead of the leadoff hitter, Elena Manor, the second baseman for the Walsh Cavaliers. It'll be Riley Kiesling and Marissa Bondoni to follow. Here's a swinging strike, too. We watched Elena Manor warm up a little bit, and a lot of players will kind of slide up in that box, kind of shuffle toward the front, try to slap it. She actually gets a real running start at it. Let's see if she can find one this time just off the edge of the plate. Kind of a good strategy, I think, with that changeup on players that run up, and then you have a hard time adjusting, and sometimes you can carry yourself right away from the ball before it ever gets to you. This one is just a little high. Looked like Sarah took a bit off that pitch as well. Infield is in tight. Shannon Flaherty, the freshman, at third. Tegan Showman at short. Jenna Lenz at second, looking into the sun, and Mackenzie Supernaw at first base for the Lakers. And here's a grounder that's going to be snared there by Mackenzie, one of 3 Laker seniors starting today on Senior Day. And the third is the right fielder for Grand Valley in Game 1, Chelsea Horvath. Those 3 have been outstanding during their 4 years here. It's 1 up and 1 down as Manor goes out. First baseman unassisted. Riley Kiesling bats next. That is fouled right at the plate. Riley is a senior from North Canton, Ohio, playing today as the designated player, although she is listed at least marginally as an outfielder for this squad. Grand Valley's outstanding receiver this year behind the plate, Kaylee Reinard. Really done a fine job for the team and hitting quite well from the number 2 slot. Quick 0-2 count here on the number 2 hitter. It's Riley Kiesling facing Sarah Andrzejczyk. Andrzejczyk trying to work outside again, trying to get one of those run-up slap hitter types from the left side to maybe go past the ball before it enters the hitting zone. Outfield slightly to right, medium depth. This is in the air on the infield. Lenza kind of shading her eyes and never saw it. That falls in for a base hit. Boy, that was a ball that she just completely and absolutely lost. Should have been an easy play, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if she makes a change with either glasses or headgear. Supernaw playing on that side, looking into the sun, is wearing sunglasses. And in right field, also Chelsea Horvath. So that's one that kind of gets away from Grand Valley. This is a pitch up high to the number 3 hitter, Marissa Bondoni. Goes as a base hit for Kiesling because Valenza never touched the ball and can't assume a catch on a play like that. This is in the air down the right field line. Horvath giving chase, but that goes into the Walsh bullpen, out of play. Count even at 1-1. One gone, one on here in the top of the first inning. Our broadcast of Game 1 today on the Grand Valley Sports Network. And about a half hour after the conclusion of this game, the same two teams will go at it again. Want to remind you, if you're a Grand Valley fan, come back here tomorrow, doubleheader with Hillsdale. Outstanding team from the GLIAC playing here at 1 p.m. That is right down the middle. Quick throw back to first. That ball handcuffed Supernaw a little bit. She might have had a play on the runner down there at first base who had wandered off a little bit as Reinhardt flipped it down there. Now Reinhardt's going to have to retie her shoe. You can see her reaching underneath her shin guard there. The umpires today, Jim Jakubowski working behind the plate. Spencer Goodyear is the base umpire. He's out there situated on the right side of the infield at the moment. 1-2 pitch coming up. That's a little tap foul, bounded right up into the legs of Marissa Bondoni, who is off and running. Grand Valley 32-8. That's playing some real good baseball, or softball, I guess we should say. 800 clip. And only good for third place in league play at the start of play today. Grand Valley, though, has played a couple of extra games than Wayne State, which has had some games that have been rained out. Sarah Andrzejczyk looking into Jim Jakubowski there and saying, yeah, where was that one? 3-2 the count. Looked like a great pitch. I would suspect that if she hit that spot again, she'd get the strike. Coming right back at it, and that's a swinging strike 3 for Andrzejczyk. So she retires Bondoni for out number 2, and that'll leave it up to Jenna Head, the third baseman for the Cavaliers of Walsh. Andrzejczyk is kind of an antsy pitcher out there. She'll take that ball and sling it into her glove quite hard a lot of times. This is in the air. Flaherty giving chase. It's going to sail out of play down the third baseline. Sarah was really outstanding her freshman year. Freshman of the year in the GLIAC 3 seasons ago. Back in 2013. Fell off just slightly, I think, after that, but she's really rebounded well and had a great year this season. That's back to the screen. Quickly 0-2. And we saw Sarah yesterday show us as good a command as we've seen for a long time from her. She's been a good power pitcher, but did not have a walk yesterday. Never really came close and really got through that game against Malone with a minimum amount of effort. A little waist pitch out there, a little bender toward the outside of the plate. 1-2. Jenna Head, the batter, junior from Mantua, Ohio. Awfully tight on that delivery, maybe in just a slight bit. 2-2 the count. 2 out, 1 on. Top of the first here between Walsh and Grand Valley in women's GLIAC softball action. That was a little bit of a let-up pitch, and it sails a bit high, so the runner will be off on the delivery here. Well, now, what I thought originally happened was that ball had been foul-tipped into the glove, and the umpire simply lost count. And then he realized it, and he called out Jenna Head. So that's a strikeout at the end of the inning. Bottom of the first coming, no score between Grand Valley and Walsh.
There's a phenomenon at Grand Valley State University that is making a lasting impact on our students, the state of Michigan, and beyond. It's called the Laker effect. Lakers understand that one person can make a significant impact. Together, we know we can do even more. That's the Laker effect.
Well, there you see Olivia Pfeiffer, personable young lady that I had a chance to talk to before the contest. She's been the workhorse of her team staff this year. She pitches most of the games. Very similar to what we saw from Carey Hall yesterday from Malone, a sophomore pitcher who has been out there a lot this season for her side. You look at the stats. Pfeiffer comes in with a record of 10-13, 31 games in which she has appeared. So she's going to see some action today, and she sees Janae Langs knock one right back through the box for a leadoff base hit for the Lakers. Well, it was an interesting end to the top half of the first. There was a foul tip for a strike, and the umpire, I think, just lost count of the balls and strikes. He immediately indicated that the pitch had been fouled off. He stepped out of the box and then looked down at his little clicker there and realized that that was it. Here's a swinging strike there, and a steal by Janae Langs on the second pitch of the game. So suddenly, Grand Valley's got it going, and we see that it was Grand Valley's Kaylee Reiner kind of gave herself up on that pitch just to create a little bit of confusion maybe for the catcher, Abby Yager. So now it's Reiner with a chance to drive home the first run, and Janae Langs has just been an all-action figure here for the last several months at Grand Valley. That's a good pitch on the outside edge. Quickly 0-2 now to Kaylee Reiner. This is fouled back over the dugout on the Walsh side of the field down the first baseline. Oh, Reiner chased a bad ball there. She's lucky to have gotten a piece of it. That was up around the chin. Went for that high delivery, fouled it back. Grand Valley's got Jenna Lenza on deck with a runner at second, nobody out. That's to the outside. That's a good look there by Kaylee Reiner. A little bit of an off-speed pitch, just a little outside. Good pitcher's pitch, though, and Reiner didn't bite. 1-2 the count. Right on the fastball again is Kaylee Reiner, back to the screen. Kaylee Reiner has started every game this year for Grand Valley. She's been one of the leading run scorers. That ball sails inside. Not wandering too far from second base is Janae Langs. The count goes to 2-2. Good battle here by Reiner, who gave up one of her strikes on that steal attempt. She has fought hard to stay alive here against Olivia Pfeiffer. That is up high with the changeup. 3-2 the count, with Jenna Lenza waiting in the on-deck circle here for Grand Valley. No score. Bottom of the first game of two here from the GLIAC today. This is a shot into right field. May have a play on at the plate. Langs probably would have scored because the ball was not picked up cleanly out there by Kendra Moore, but she was getting the stop sign from Dana Callahan, who's over there smiling with her now, saying, I should have let you go there, Janae, but she didn't. It's a great base hit and a great at bat for Reiner. So after a single, a steal, and another single, it's first and third for the Lakers, and here's the Illinois native Jenna Lenza batting from the right side. Big gap up the middle. Shortstop is way over toward third. Runner is going. They do a short throw, and going down easily to second base is Reiner. That was a little kind of an odd play there. They didn't throw all the way through. Sometimes you see them throw it back hard toward the pitcher for a cutoff, but that time it was to the third base player, Jenna Head. That's on the outside edge for a strike at the letters to the number 3 hitter, Jenna Lenza. 1-1 the count. Right on that one. Back to the screen, though. Grand Valley threatening to do some damage as they did yesterday. They scored 4 in the first inning of yesterday's first game, only scored 5 total in the contest. And they missed a chance to blow that game open when they left the bases loaded. Way outside. Great lunging grab there by the catcher. That ball goes right back to the screen. Langs probably doesn't score, but if it goes off the glove, then it's a different story. 2-2. Boy, that ball is hit really deep down the left field line. Had home run distance, but Jenna Lenza got out in front. Would have been a 3-run shot, but about 20 feet foul. Almost to the golf course, that one carried. Out there in left field. Lennon can't find it, so after making a home run bid, she strikes out for the first out of the inning. Here is Ellie Ballbach batting next for the Lakers. Junior from McCordsville, Indiana. Good left-handed hitter. Takes that pitch up. Grand Valley's got some people that are up in the box and close to the plate. Sometimes on these check swings, that bat is still in the zone. They fouled off quite a few balls in that way yesterday. Ballbach tried to do something with that outside delivery and fouled it back to even the count. Second and third, one out. Outfield fairly deep on Ballbach. Something through the infield on the ground will likely score 2 here. Boy, that pitch seemed wide. Ellie Ballbach didn't really like the call there. Not only as a hitter, but she's a pitcher as well. And she had a little look back. 1-2 the count now. Pfeiffer trying to work her way out of a big jam. Oh, and she may do it. That is a swinging third strike on an off-speed delivery. So top marks for Olivia Pfeiffer. We'll see it again. Big motion, and Ballbach just went way too soon there. But the problem is not over yet for the Cavaliers of Walsh. Here's Mackenzie Supernaw, perhaps the hottest hitter in Grand Valley's lineup, and Pfeiffer acknowledges that with a waste pitch, an off-speed way outside. Supernaw had a game earlier this week where she had a couple of home runs, and she has been hitting everything very hard. Like that right there off the glove of the first baseman. They're going to try to hurry, and 2 runs are going to score for Grand Valley. That ball off the glove of Marissa Bondoni. Elena Maynard got over there, got it, threw to first, made it a pretty close play. But with Grand Valley runners going with 2 outs, kind of a bad break for the pitcher here. First baseman can't quite get back, and clearly safe at first is Supernaw. And Kaylee Reinert was running all the way. She and Langs both score, and Grand Valley takes an early 2-0 lead. So it's 2 RBIs on the infield, the single by Supernaw. And here's another hot hitter, Shannon Flaherty, the freshman. She's been blazing lately, went for the high delivery here. Flaherty is another Illinois player, late on that delivery, 0-2, 1-2 now. The freshman from Tinley Park, Illinois, Shannon Flaherty, playing today at third base here in game 1. This is in the air, fouling out of play, just slightly over the top. Shannon Flaherty would like to put a charge into one today, takes it up high. We've got our man Tony Packer on the camera out in center field. Had a ball off the bat of Shannon Flaherty flying right past his ear yesterday, the only home run in game 1. That's outside, and the count goes full. So Supernaw will be cut loose here on this one. Give her a chance to get motoring on perhaps a ball into the gap. Flaherty hit it hard, but pulled it well foul. Well, the umpire is trying to reload on softballs. There have been so many balls flying out of play that the fans here have not been able to keep up on these balls being knocked all about. A couple have landed up on top of the batting cages out there down the third baseline. Jim Jakubowski steps back in, checks the count. 3-2, 2 out, 2 in for Grand Valley in the bottom of the first. And that one bounces up there to Flaherty, and that's going to be ball 4. So Shannon draws a walk, and that'll bring up Kelsey Dominguez, the Laker left fielder here in game 1. Wearing number 2, another Illinois player from Naperville in suburban Chicago. Good defensive outfielder, covers a lot of ground. Grand Valley making things tough here on Olivia Pfeiffer in the first inning. That is outside on a breaking ball. There we see Pfeiffer. Sophomore from Loveland, Ohio. That ball up just a touch, 2-0 now. On the 7th hitter in the first inning for Grand Valley, it's Kelsey Dominguez with Chelsea Horvath waiting on deck. That ball is fouled down the first baseline. Lakers have been starting early and scoring often. Another foul out of play. Jakubowski runs over, and there's only a couple of balls in the chute this time. That's a practical little invention that they've come up with for softball. Get the reload there and have those on both sides. 2-2 with 2 out. 2 aboard, 2 in for Grand Valley. That's a called third strike, and Dominguez watched it sail by. So the Lakers get it done. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. Second inning coming up. Grand Valley on top on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
I was only 18 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went from being an active, healthy teenager to becoming very sick very quickly. But thanks to the collaboration between researchers and my oncologist, I survived, and I'm now in remission.
We were curious, could a checking account help fight cancer? We'll give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open a new checking account with direct deposit and make 3 online bill payments at Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
Sarah Andrasic in the circle for Grand Valley again today. About, well, not quite 24 hours after her start yesterday. 3 o'clock start time for the game yesterday, and getting going a little bit earlier here today. But Sarah got a good night's rest and really kept her pitch count way down for that contest yesterday against Malone. This is Abby Yager leading off. It's Yager, Nikki Newman, Kendra Moore. First 3 scheduled against Andrasic, who is on the outside, part of the plate, just off it, says Jim Jakubowski. 2-0 the count. In the air to right, Horvath running into foul territory and snags it for the out. Nice play over there by Chelsea Horvath, the senior, wearing the sunglasses. No doubt they gave her a little bit of assistance that time. Good play by Chelsea. Here's Nikki Newman. Hard smash down past the third base coach's box down there. Jamie Porter is the coach of the Walsh Cavaliers in her 5th year. Christine Casadonis and Kendra Gerber, her assistants. Grand Valley, of course, with Dana Callahan running the show. That ball is a little bit low. Count even at 1-1 to the left fielder, Nikki Newman. Infield back a little bit for this hitter. Here's a ball that's fouled out of play on the first base side. Saw quite a few instances yesterday where both Showman and Lenza were playing inside the base paths for a good number of the hitters. Showman's back, so is Lenza today. That's a changeup. Boy, if Sarah gets that pitch over the plate, it's going to be tough to do much with. She's had people way off balance, but she's left it a little bit short. 2-2. In the air on the left side, Flaherty backing up. She's there. And Flaherty fights the sun a little bit and makes the catch for out number 2. So here's Kendra Moore batting with 2 out, nobody on. 1 hit so far. It was by Riley Kiesling in the first inning, a ball that probably should have been caught by Jenna Lenza, but she absolutely lost it in the sun on a routine pop-up that was hit right at her, and it only bounced about 5 or 6 feet away. But in the high sky and with the sun in its current position, it was very tough to deal with. That one's back to the screen. Kendra Moore, the junior from North Ridgeville, Ohio, a junior playing today for the Walsh Cavaliers. Boy, that's a tight zone so far for the umpire, Jim Jakubowski. Andrzejczyk misses just off the plate. 2-1 with 2 out. Grand Valley leads 2-0, top of the second. And Andrzejczyk gets a, I would say, somewhat generous call that time. That ball was up in the zone a little bit, but called a strike to even things at 2-2. This is in the air towards center. Lang's coming on, and she's grabbing that one for the out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Bottom of the second, Grand Valley 2, Walsh nothing on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Gotta go! I'd like to welcome you to our basement. I'd like to read a brief statement. We, the Hubacher family, are pleased to announce today that we've acquired the following players: Buster Posey, Mike Trout, Yadier Molina, Bryce Harper, Derek Jeter, and Miguel Cabrera. We believe that this demonstrates, once again, our family's unwavering commitment to assemble the very best team in this neighborhood.
Mr. Hubacher, you've really upped the ante here. How do you expect the other families in the neighborhood to respond?
Well, the Harris family's going to be none too pleased.
Word is the Harrises are putting together quite a team of their own. Any concerns?
Under Cliff Harris's mismanagement, they already used up all their wall space with a bunch of paintings. Really, come on.
Dad.
I know.
All right, next question.
Start building your own dream team at fathead.com.
First pitch of the bottom of the second inning, and before I thought we were going to get a timeout call. Chelsea Horvath put her hand up. She wanted to step out of the box, and the umpire didn't acknowledge it, so she put the hand back on the bat and took a pitch that was outside for ball 1. Olivia Pfeiffer pitching, and here's a line drive right at the left fielder, stung right on the nose there by Horvath, but caught out there and left by Nikki Newman, who had her played perfectly for out number 1. Tegan Showman bats next. It's the Grand Valley shortstop. An outstanding debut for the Lakers a season ago. And this is another ball hit to the same spot, and it's taken care of in the same fashion. Off the bat of the sophomore shortstop, Tegan Showman. So on consecutive pitches, 2 outs recorded by Pfeiffer on flies to left field. And here is Janae Langs, who made that fine running catch in center field to end the top half of this inning. Maybe she'll take a ball or two here, try to give Sarah Andrzejczyk a little bit of a breather. Well, of course not. She's going right at it. And on 3 pitches, Grand Valley is retired here in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third. 2-0 Lakers on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Now it's the A team here for Walsh in the top of the third. Abby, Anna, and Elena, the first 3 scheduled hitters. Abby Reeser steps in now, followed by Anna Anderson and Elena Manor, the first 3 to face Grand Valley's version of the A team. Andrzejczyk, Sarah Andrzejczyk, who's on the mound and misses with that pitch for ball 1. Grand Valley got 2 in the first on an infield single. Here's a ball floated toward shortstop. Boy, Showman ran into Flaherty. It was really a ball that I thought Flaherty probably should have played a little bit better. An easier play for the shortstop, but Tegan Showman had a lot further to come. It'll go as a base hit. So the leadoff batter is on. I think Flaherty struggled with that. She thought that ball was maybe not hit as far as it was, and she was backing up, kind of lost her step a little bit. Here's a grounder to Andrzejczyk. She's going to go to second, and they get the force out. Nice play by Showman. That ball sailed a little bit. Teagan stayed on the bag, and with a little bit of the ball showing out of her glove, which has a pretty sizable web there, number 9 makes the play, and Grand Valley gets the out. Now a little bit of a dispute coming out here from the base umpire who wants to talk with Jim Jakubowski. I'm not sure what this is about. Andrzejczyk makes the play. I don't really know what they're going to call there. That certainly didn't look anything untoward to me. And so it's a fielder's choice with Reeser out at second. Anderson's on at first. Ground ball past Flaherty. That's a base hit into left field for Elena Anderson, her first base hit of the ball game. So now first and second. So you can see how big that play was for Grand Valley to get the force on the previous batter. So 2 on, 1 out. Grand Valley's going to talk it over on the infield. Riley Kiesling, the designated player, bats next.
Designated player, number 2, Riley Kiesling.
Kiesling batting from the left side. And kind of a tough afternoon down there at third for Shannon Flaherty. She's been in the hot spot. Let's see if Grand Valley's got a play on. This is bunted foul. Grand Valley had the wheel play on with Showman going toward third. Flaherty coming in to make the play. I think Grand Valley, though, with 1 out, doesn't have to be too concerned about the runners. They want to trade outs for bases here with Andrzejczyk pitching pretty well. Here's another bunt. This is back to the screen. So now Kiesling's in a tough spot here. She's 0-2 in the count. Don't think she's really bunting for a base hit. Grand Valley's got all the infielders in tight. I think they'd prefer to have Mackenzie Supernaw stay at home, though, at first base and have Flaherty charging from third. Good pitch there from Andrzejczyk, trying to gauge the intentions of the hitter with that outside delivery. Took a little bit off. With 2 strikes, didn't appear as though Kiesling wanted to try to bunt there. This is on the ground toward first. Nice play by the Lakers to get the out at first base. Good fundamental ball there by Supernaw and especially Jenna Lenza to get over there and cover. Essentially almost like a swinging bunt. The runners both move up. Second and third now with 2 out. And here is Marissa Bondoni. It's in the air on the left side. Showman's got to make the play on this one, and does. And she's got it for out number 3. So Walsh threatens but does not score. Bottom of the third coming up. Grand Valley 2, Walsh nothing.
Many of our customers are repeat customers. Once they travel with Cardinal, they come back time and time again.
Our drivers are the best in the industry. We have so many positive comments about our drivers.
Cardinal Bus, 85 years of safe, reliable, worry-free transportation. Call us at 800-348-7487.
Refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Here's Kaylee Reiner to lead off the bottom of the third for Grand Valley. Lakers wiggled off a hook there. Walsh got runners to second and third. Reiner's going to bunt. It's a good one. They're going to have a very hard time getting her, and they're not going to do it. Reiner beats out the bunt. Third baseman Jenna Head was playing back a little bit. Reiner had a base hit, her first at bat. And now she's got her second hit of the ball game, this time a bunt single. And that'll bring up Jenna Lenza. Well, Grand Valley showed why you want to, in softball and baseball, be strong defensively up the middle. Both Lenza and Tegan Showman at second and short made good defensive plays in that last half inning. Showman made that good catch at second base on the fielder's choice when Andrasic went down there to get the lead runner, and then Lenza made a good play on a ball that was hit to first base to cover. Boy, this ball is ripped down the left field line. Home run distance from Jenna Lenza. It's the second time she's hit one out there way over the fence, but both fouled by about 15 feet. Her last at bat, she struck out after doing that. Let's see if she gets a better result this time. Right on that delivery from Olivia Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer goes outside, ball thrown back behind. Alert play there by Reinert. First baseman charging, second baseman Elena Manor ducking in behind. Set play there for the Cavaliers, but Reinert quickly got back. That ball bounces up. Catcher's going to throw it down. No chance whatsoever to get Reinert, who was going on the pitch anyway. So a runner in scoring position now for the Lakers here with nobody out. 3-1 the count. I don't think Jenna Lenz is going to be bunting. Reinert was going anyway, and it was just not a clear connection at home plate. Again, out in front, Lenza, not quite home run power that time, but pulled still about 40 or 50 feet foul. Let's see if Jenna can straighten one out and get it into the gap here. And whew, that's another bullet. Oh, a knockdown. That lawn chair folded just like a lawn chair is supposed to fold. She might have been okay if she just stayed there. She kind of rolled into that one down the third base line. Well, that'll learn you. The most important thing, though, is that I think she spilled her beverage, which in some circles is a disaster. Oh, there she goes. Lenza is going to take a walk on the 3-2 pitch. Well, that was a pitch that looked awfully good. Lenza, though, looked at it. It sailed low, off speed, and this brings up Ellie Ballbach. Ellie Ballbach's got some space in the gaps right now. Good power to left center and right center. And she's about due to put a charge into one. It's off the plate, ball one. Olivia Pfeiffer did a good job getting out of big trouble in the first inning after the first two had scored. Had an uneventful second, and now in some trouble here in the third with 2 on and nobody out. And when you look at what Grand Valley's done lately, the player you don't want to face in a bases loaded no out situation is in the on deck circle, Mackenzie Supernaw. And now it's 3-0. Talked about the fact that Pfeiffer's the workhorse of this staff. She's not likely to get lifted anytime soon. Got to deliver some pitches here, and she goes inside and walks ball back on 4 straight. And that brings up Mackenzie Supernaw. The problem you have sometimes when you're in this situation, you're not throwing strikes, people are getting on base, and the infield kind of rocks back a little bit on its heels. And that's when somebody makes a careless play. Let's see what Mackenzie can do here on senior day. One of Grand Valley's 3 seniors. She was right on that one, fouled it straight back. It's a player that's moved around a little bit, played every game at third base last year and has moved to first base this season. Went for a changeup. Good pitch there by Olivia Pfeiffer. 0-2 on the hard-hitting first baseman for Grand Valley. It's Mackenzie Supernaw. On the ground to third. They're going to come home for one. Can they turn it? A good call at first base. It's safe. The umpire saw the second baseman covering come off the bag. Actually, the first baseman, that was Bondoni. And just as Supernaw touched the bag, the tag came down on top of the head. I think Grand Valley's going to get a runner in here now. as Flaherty gets set to step in. So ball back. Yeah, Ellie's going to come out. She's a designated player. So now it's going to be Allie Vandermeer, the Fleet junior, at second base. Fleet-footed runner out there replacing Ballback, who is the designated player. Grand Valley got a break there. That could have easily been a third to home to first double play. But the throw was high. And now just one out. Bases remain loaded. It was a good play initially by Jenna Head. Good pickup, good throw to home, but back to first. The ball sailed a little bit on Abby Yager. That allowed Supernaw to beat the throw. That's outside. 2-0 now here on Shannon Flaherty. Well, you might look down the lineup and say sixth hitter, freshman. Not somebody we have to worry too much about, but if you lay it in the zone to this young lady, she can take it out of the yard. Good pitch by Pfeiffer, got her to swing through it. On Tuesday, Flaherty had home runs in both games of the doubleheader against Lake Superior State. That ball bounces 3-1, and now it's a critical situation here for Olivia Pfeiffer. Got to get one in the zone here somehow. She does to third, and they're going to come home again, but they're not going to get the double play. That time it wasn't fielded cleanly by Jenna Head. Had she fielded it cleanly, she might have touched third and gone across the diamond. But instead, it's a second straight force out of the inning at home plate. And now it's up to Kelsey Dominguez. So you talk about sneaking out of trouble. Pfeiffer's on the verge right now. But this ball carrying into short left center field, it's going to drop in. Grand Valley going to try to get the second runner home. Throw to the plate. The tag, and she is out. And retired at home was Supernaw, but Grand Valley does score a run to make it 3-0 on the RBI by Dominguez. So we go to the fourth. It's the Lakers 3, Walsh nothing on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
You didn't used to hear much in a library. Well, this is no typical library.
The Mary Ida Pugh Library Learning and Information Commons on the Allendale campus has been receiving praise and acclaim from the moment it opened its doors in 2013.
The design came after watching and listening to students, but it also came with Grand Valley's high standards of design and environmental responsibility. The library just earned the highest level of LEED certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. It was awarded platinum status. This library has energy management features that include underfloor air distribution, super efficient exterior walls, a heat recovery system, and a rainwater-fed irrigation system. These save the environment and operating costs. When the university saves money, it can better manage tuition and other costs to students. Now that should give students in this library something to talk about. For Around Grand Valley, I'm Mary Eileen Lyon.
Well, here's what happens at the end of the inning. Supernaw is off running. Good play made in the outfield, though, by Anna Anderson. Makes a strong throw to the plate, and Supernaw trying to score the second run goes out. So all the traffic out there, the only player that scored a run in that inning for Grand Valley was Allie Vandermeer, who was a pinch runner for Ballbach. She was on for the shortest stint, and what a great play that is by Supernaw at first base. Supernaw takes that one for out number one. There we see again the swing by Jenna Head. One gone for Walsh. This is Abby Yager. Straight back to the screen. Jenna Head was the first out of the inning, hit that line drive, kind of a soft liner that Mackenzie Supernaw has to catch it, because if it goes off her glove, the second baseman's not going to be able to help her out. And had that ball been hit a little bit harder, not only would she have not gone for it, that probably would have gone right to Lenza. But on a play like that, if she doesn't make it, it's going to bounce and the batter's going to beat it out. So it was a strong play. That's just outside. Abby Yager runs the count full here. It's 3-2 with one out in the top of the fourth. That is on the inside edge, and Jim Jakubowski rings up Yager for the second out of the inning. Slight hesitation there. That's a good pitch from Andrzejczyk to run the ball in on the right-handed hitter. Froze her, and she just watched it sail by. Nikki Newman takes it down low. Newman popped to third her last at bat. The pitch is up high. 3 hits so far for Walsh in this contest. This is in the air towards center field. Langs, no problem whatsoever. That's out number 3. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Still Grand Valley 3, Walsh nothing.
Grand Valley State University that is making a lasting impact on our students, the state of Michigan, and beyond. It's called the Laker Effect. Lakers understand that one person can make a significant impact. Together, we know we can do even more. That's the Laker Effect.
First pitch of the fourth inning, the bottom of the fourth, was a strike to Grand Valley's outfielder Chelsea Horvath. This one hit in the air on the right side. Second baseman tracking back, and she's going to make the play. That's Elena Maynor for out number 1.
First up, number 9, Tegan Showman.
So on the pop-up to Maynor, Horvath goes down. Tegan Showman bats next. She lined out to left field her last at bat. Sophomore from Grand Rapids in the lineup. Open stance at the plate. Takes that breaking ball in under the hands. Even though Showman hasn't had a great batting average this year, she gets on base a lot and she scores a lot of runs. Very difficult to deal with once she does get on base. Had a slightly better season at the plate last year, but was coming into this weekend among the leaders in runs scored for Grand Valley. That is a breaking ball, and when you're going bad, those are the kind that you watch sail by. Off-speed pitch.
Number 1, Janae Langs.
Showman looked at one too many, and she is out number 2 here in the fourth, and this is Janae Langs, who has faced all of 2 pitches so far in this game. Singled in the first and then grounded out to first base in her last at bat. She scored the first run of the contest for Grand Valley on the infield hit by Supernaw with 2 out in the first inning. And Janae's got her second hit of the ball game. This is a shot right back up through the box. That is the second time she's gotten the pitcher's attention. Janae Langs ripped one the other side of Olivia Pfeiffer back in the first inning, and that brings up Kaylee Reinard, the catcher for Grand Valley. 2 for 3 now for Langs, and Kaylee Reinard has 2 hits in her first 2 at-bats. Dana Callahan flashing some signs. This hitter's been pretty warm today. I don't think Grand Valley's going to bunt with 1 out. Let's see. This is going to be hit on the ground softly towards short. Going to be a very tough play. Probably a ball the shortstop should have eaten. Abby Reeser got over there and made the play, but there was no way she was going to get Reinard. And it's a third straight hit for Kaylee. This one of the infield variety, and now it's Jenna Lenza. Here's a player who's had some hard luck today. She's hit 2 balls out in her previous 2 at-bats. That would have been home runs had they been fair. Struck out after the at-bat, after that foul ball in the first inning, and then walked her last time up. She has really hit the ball hard 2 or 3 times in this game with nothing to show for it. See what Jenna can do here. Takes that pitch on the inside edge. 1-1 the count. After the first 2 were retired, 2 hits by the top of the batting order. Let's see if Lenza can make something happen. Ball back up the middle. Oh, the shortstop dropped it, and here comes Janae Langs. She's going to keep going. Now they've got a chance for a rundown. Reiner got herself in a pickle. She's staying alive. Keep going. She's going to dive back in. Oh, my goodness. That's a disaster. The ball goes to the outfield. I don't think Grand Valley's going to score here, but they have 2 people move up, and that was one heck of a job done by Kaylee Reinert, who, after seeing Langs break for the plate, she kept going a little bit. Now, you'll watch here. Shortstop fumbles the ball, decides to throw home, and Reiner does exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to get the catcher to give up on Langs, does, and then she dives back in. The throw is made too late. Both runners move up. I'm not sure how they're going to rule that one. We'll have to check at the end of the inning whether or not they're going to give Lenza a base hit. I'm thinking it was more of a fielder's choice, E6, as we get to Ellie Ballbach here with 1 strike, 2 out, pitch up high. Kind of a crazy play there, but you hate ever, if you're a softball coach, to see a runner escape a rundown. That shouldn't happen. Ballback can't find that one. A little bit early again on the delivery from Pfeiffer. Great chance for the Lakers to put some space between themselves and the Cavaliers of Walsh here. A run in, 2 more in scoring position with 2 out in the 4th. Ballback swings and misses at that high delivery, and that's strike 3. So Grand Valley gets 2 runs in the inning. 2 hits, an error, 2 left. Go to the 5th. It's 4-0 Lakers on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
I was only 18 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went from being an active, healthy teenager to becoming very sick very quickly. But thanks to the collaboration between researchers and my oncologist, I survived, and I'm now in remission.
We were curious, could a checking account help fight cancer? We'll give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open a new checking account with direct deposit and make 3 online bill payments at Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
All right, little spirited discussion going on up here in the press box at Grand Valley, trying to determine and sort out that crazy play that allowed Grand Valley to score a run in the bottom of the 4th. It was a ground ball up the middle. The shortstop, Abby Reeser, had it in time, but then kind of fumbled it as she started to make the flip to second. And that allowed the hitter to reach, but I think they're going to rule that a base hit for Lenza. And then certainly an error on the throw that got away at second base and went into the outfield. On to the 5th inning. All that really matters is Grand Valley has 4 and Walsh has no runs here as we get a look at the bottom 3rd. Moore, Reeser, and Anderson. This ball is pulled down the left field line, well fouled. That's Ballbach over there. He's getting ready to warm up in the bullpen, trying to contribute in whatever way she can after striking out to end the inning. Not sure if we're going to see Ballbach or possibly could be Courtney Reinhold in the second game of this doubleheader. 1-2. Kendra Moore batting for only the second time in this contest, playing in right field here in game 1. Andresa got up with that delivery. She hasn't missed up in the zone with too many pitches here this weekend. She was almost flawless yesterday, and she's had very good command and control, and that ball is fouled up over the screen. The count stays at 2-2. Grand Valley with 2 runs in the first, a single run in the third, another in the fourth to lead at 4-0 here. Bottom of the fifth right now for Andrasic. That's a let up that sails high. So that's one pitch that she hasn't mastered quite yet. She's been down with it her last couple of starts. That one sailed up on the changeup. That's a fastball that is inside. It's the first walk given up by Sarah Andrasic.
Shortstop, number 20, Abby Reeser.
So there's Andrasic out on the hill. Which is really not a hill, it's more in the circle, as they say, in women's softball. That's right down Main Street with that fastball to the shortstop Reeser. Grand Valley with the middle infielders back. They're trying for 2 here if they can. They show bunt. That's intriguing. Down 4, trying to go one base at a time. A little late in the game to be trading outs, but that was the strategy there for the Cavaliers. And that is on the outside corner for a called third strike, so a nice comeback effort by Andrasic. After walking more, she strikes out the next hitter, and that brings up Anna Anderson, who was safe on a fielder's choice in her previous at-bat back in the third inning. Throw back behind the runner. That ball hit the runner in the ribs. Ouch. The ball bounced down, but it looks like Kendra Moore's okay there. Reinhardt will spray it around a little bit when she's got people taking liberties on the base paths. 2-0 the count now on the number 9 hitter. This is a big out for Andrasic out there. Didn't want to put the number 9 hitter on, but she sails it inside, and now Sarah's in a big hole. 3-0 to Anna Anderson, the center fielder. Elena Manor up next here for Walsh. That's a strike. Make it a 3-1 count. Nothing fancy that time. Kind of the default setting for Sarah Andrasic. Let's see if she can do it again. This is going to be on the ground to third. Grand Valley goes to second for 1. Lenza's going to squeeze it. The Lakers get the lead runner. Perfectly executed. Nice play by Flaherty. Fielder's choice, 6-4. And that brings up Elena Manor, the second baseman, with 2 out, a runner at first. Sophomore player from Delaware, Ohio, stepping in now to face her in-state rival. Nice play by Flaherty. Going to gut it across to first. The tag applied by Supernaw on the high throw, and the Lakers are out of difficulty. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's still Grand Valley 4, Walsh nothing.
I'd like to welcome you to our basement. I'd like to read a brief statement. We, the Hubacher family, are pleased to announce today that we've acquired the following players: Buster Posey, Mike Trout, Yadier Molina, Bryce Harper, Derek Jeter, and Miguel Cabrera. We believe that this demonstrates, once again, our family's unwavering commitment to assemble the very best team in this neighborhood.
Mr. Hubacher, you've really upped the ante here. How do you expect the other families in the neighborhood to respond?
Well, the Harris family is going to be none too pleased.
Word is the Harrises are putting together quite a team of their own. Any concerns?
Under Cliff Harris's mismanagement, they already used up all their wall space with a bunch of paintings. I mean, really, come on.
Dad.
I know.
All right, next question.
Start building your own dream team at fathead.com.
Now somebody's covered up from the sun's rays out there. Here's a sharp single by Mackenzie Supernaw to start the Grand Valley 5th inning. Supernaw in the contest, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 for 3 as she leads off, and Grand Valley will get Shannon Flaherty up to the plate next. She is 0 for 1 with a walk. Grand Valley's going to get a runner on for Supernaw. And it's going to be Tanner Kiesel, I think, it's going to go out there. Tanner started in one of the games yesterday in the outfield in right. So Kiesel, quicker runners on for Supernaw here. And here is Shannon Flaherty. Flaherty gets a good bunt down, no play except to first. And it's well done by Flaherty to move the runner up. Sacrifice.
Left fielder, number 2, Kelsey Dominguez.
Flaherty's retired third baseman to the second baseman covering. She gets square, gets the bat down, and that's just perfect. Kiesel, no chance to get her at second. Kelsey Dominguez bats next. And the pitch from Pfeiffer is up high. Sarah Andrazik continuing to roll. Well, her start yesterday began at about 3 o'clock, so in the last 23 hours she has pitched 12 consecutive scoreless innings. 1-1 the count on Kelsey. This is in the air towards center. Kiesel going back and tagging. I don't think she's going to try it. Ball not hit very deep at all, and Dominguez is out on a fly ball to Anna Anderson out in center, and that'll bring up Horvath with 2 out, a runner at second. Opportunity here on senior day for Chelsea Horvath, and what could be one of her last plate appearances at Grand Valley. Grand Valley plays at home tomorrow against Hillsdale, though, so that's not real likely. Lakers move on to the GLIAC tournament next week in Findlay, Ohio, starting on Friday. This ball is hit high in the air on the right side. Not an easy play for the first baseman. And she could not handle it over there. I was blocked a little bit by the dugout. Tough looking back into that sky. Hard play for Bondoni there. She got close to the fence. So Horvath stays alive. You always want to take advantage when a team has a chance to retire you and doesn't do it. Let's see if Horvath can get the runner in. Kiesel from second base. This ball is back out of play, 0-2. Grand Valley has both Ballbach and Reinhold warming up in the bullpen. It's possible they could both see some action in the next game as well. Well, almost certainly one of them will be starting that game. Ball back up the middle. Good play made by the shortstop, and the toss across by Reeser gets Horvath for the final out. We go to the 6th, still Grand Valley 4, Walsh nothing.
Many of our customers are repeat customers. Once they travel with Cardinal, they come back time and time again.
Our drivers are the best in the industry. We have so many positive comments about our drivers.
Cardinal Bus, 85 years of safe, reliable, worry-free transportation. Call us at 800-348-7487.
Refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Well, there's the Meadows. You see some of the players out there. The Women's GLIAC Golf Championship taking place this week on the golf course. I got out there and saw some of the action today. The 17th tee of the Meadows goes right by the baseball field, which is right next to where we are. Saw some pretty good shots in there. Here's a line drive to center field. Lang's coming hard, not going to get there. Kiesling, the leadoff hitter. Riley, the designated player, with a base hit, her second of the contest. So it's not going to be easy here in the 6th inning for Sarah Andrazik. Hitters 2, 3, and 4. The first 3 scheduled, and with Kiesling aboard, that brings up Marissa Bondoni. Grand Valley with a big lead, with the outfielders playing back a little deeper. Now they're going to bunt. That ball looked to me like it hit the batter. Andrazik makes the play. Jim Jacobowski kind of glanced out there. Nobody said anything from Grand Valley. Don't know if we're going to get another look here, but there is Lenza. It looks to me like the ball comes up, and just took kind of a funny bounce, like it might have gotten the batter, Bondoni, on the arm as she started out of the box. Instead, it goes as a sacrifice. This ball's hit foul and out of play on the left side. Runner at second, one gone. Jenna had the cleanup hitter for Walsh in game one. As on the outside edge, it's a beautiful pitch from Andrzejczyk. She is quickly ahead 0-2. Well, today Sarah has been mostly wasting a ball in this situation when she's jumped ahead in the count 0-2 or 1-2. Let's see if she goes away and sees that head will chase. That's just a purpose pitch. Back down to second, and oh, awfully close. Jenna Lenza thought she had her. Boy, it looked to me from my vantage point like she was out. Let's see again. Runner slips. I'm not sure if Lenza made the tag. I think she felt that she had gotten her. The ball was there ahead of the runner. Boy, that's a terrible moment for Walsh. You're down 4-0 and you have a runner picked off second base. That's foul past Flaherty at third. Just don't want to take any chances in a situation like this. That run out there doesn't mean very much in the overall scheme of things, but the out is very important for Walsh. They can't go from 4 runs down to nobody on and 2 out in the next to last inning. Showman's going to chat a little bit here with both the catcher, Kaylee Reinard, and with Andrzejczyk. One and 2 the count on Jenna Head. Pitch is up high, and again, dancing well off the base down there is Riley Kiesling. She hasn't lost her nerve, I'll say that for her, after nearly being picked off a moment ago. Good play by Andrzejczyk. Could have gone and gotten Kiesling, who for some reason took off at the crack of the bat and went to third.
The catcher, number 18, Abby Yager.
Andrzejczyk's got her easy if she goes the other way, but instead she wants the out at first and gets Head for the second out of the inning. And here's Abby Yager. Ground ball back through the middle, and that's going to be the first run allowed this weekend. Andrzejczyk got a glove up but couldn't stop it. And Yager with the RBI 2-out single to score Kiesling from second base.
Left fielder, number 13, Nikki Newman.
And that'll bring up Nikki Newman, and the score now goes to 4-1. Well, you look back, had Kiesling been called out at second, or if Andrzejczyk had turned toward third on the ground ball from the previous hitter, she might have gotten out of this inning unscathed. But now she has to settle in and take care of business here with Nikki Newman batting. 2-0 count now on Nikki Newman with Kendra Moore on deck. Ballbach is ready to go, I think, if she's needed. Pitch is outside from Sarah. 3-0. Well, we haven't seen any real power here from Walsh, I should say, today. That's a strike, 3-1. But if this hitter reaches, the Cavaliers could be one swing away from tying things up here in the 6th. Gets the ground ball to Lenza, no problem at all. Soft toss over to first, and Newman is retired. A run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Bottom of the 6th to come. Grand Valley on top by 3.
You didn't used to hear much in a library. Well, this is no typical library.
The Mary Ida Pugh Library Learning and Information Commons on the Allendale campus has been receiving praise and acclaim from the moment it opened its doors in 2013.
The design came after watching and listening to students, but it also came with Grand Valley's high standards of design and environmental responsibility. The library just earned the highest level of LEED certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. It was awarded platinum status. This library has energy management features that include underfloor air distribution, super efficient exterior walls, a heat recovery system, and a rainwater-fed irrigation system. These save the environment and operating costs. When the university saves money, it can better manage tuition and other costs to students. Now that should give students in this library something to talk about. For Around Grand Valley, I'm Mary Eileen Lyon.
The Grand Valley surrenders a run for the first time here today to the Cavaliers of Walsh on that 2-out single by Yager. Let's see if the Lakers can get something back with Tegan Showman batting first here. Fouls went out of play. I'm not seeing Tegan pull the ball yet. She's not naturally a pull hitter, but been a little bit late on some of these deliveries this week and hasn't really put the ball in play on the right side of the field. And they run that pitch away from her, and she goes after it. It's strike 2. Showman, Langs, Reinard for Grand Valley here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And again, that's fouled off down the third baseline. Well, the off-speed pitch was a problem in the last at-bat. Showman took it for a called third strike, and that time she barely got a piece of that one with 2 strikes. They have not come in on her with anything today. It's been all away and slow stuff. Took an off-speed pitch that time. Lakers shortstop batting here to start the 6th. That is fouled down the left field line. Showman's played well defensively, even though she's had some problems at the plate of late. Got a couple of good plays here today that she's made. And she goes through the off-speed again, strikeout to begin the 6th inning.
Center fielder, number 1, Janae Langs.
And that'll bring up Janae Langs, 2 for 3. A run scored for Janae. Hasn't seen a lot of pitches. She's swinging at the first pitch in each of her first 2 at-bats. Oh, and she's got a bunt down. Look at this. Amazing. Janae Langs bunted that one about 8 feet out of the batter's box, and absolutely no chance at all for the third baseman Jenna had to get her. Langs can really motor. So confident with the bat, too. Just cued that one down into the dirt perfectly. With 1 out, Lakers have a runner aboard here in the 6th inning. Here is Kaylee Reinard. 3 for 3 in the contest. Langs is not going yet, although I suspect that could change. Reinard took that pitch for a strike. Langs not going again. Second baseman Manor is shifted way over toward the right side of the infield, so it's going to be on the shortstop Abby Reeser to get over there and deal with Langs if she decides to go. 2-1 now on Kaylee Reinard. And Pfeiffer misses inside. That's a bullet down the third baseline, just foul. Jenna had her head on a swivel that time as she watched that one sail by. Down into the corner. Full count here. Only 1 gone, though. Langs has not shown any indication thus far that she's thinking about running, although this might be a good time to run her, and they are. That is on the outside corner, and Langs is in under the tag at second. Called third strike against Kaylee Reinard, who's retired for the first time today. But the Lakers do succeed in getting Langs into scoring position down at second. And here's Lenza now. Still looking for her first hit. 0 for 2 with a walk. Is Lenza high in the air down the third baseline. And that one just eludes head over there. couldn't quite get it all the way over to the fence, and that falls harmlessly for strike one. Bottom of the 6th inning, game 1 today on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Another game coming up in about a half hour after the conclusion of this one. That's a good off-speed pitch by Pfeiffer. And we'd like to remind you, if you're a Grand Valley fan who's in the area, Grand Valley with a big doubleheader tomorrow, facing Hillsdale, the final home game of the season at 1 p.m. here in Allendale. This one is back to the screen. It will get out of play. 0-2 the count on the Lakers' second baseman. Ballback will bat next if Lenza can get on board. Lenza has put a charge into a couple of balls here today. Both had home run distance, but were fouled down the left field line. She watched that one stay off the plate to the outside. 1-2. Lang's the runner at second. Boy, another one for Jenna Lenza. And again, we're talking about a ball with home run distance, but she has just not been able to stay back on those pitches. I'm not really sure. I can't tell if her shoulder's flying open a little bit. I think she's just so aggressive. That bat is really coming through the zone with a lot of speed. That ball bounces. 2-2 now. Well, Jenna Lenza could have 3 home runs here today. Sure, she'd settle for 1 right now. That would just about settle the issue here, and that one is fouled, and that'll go out of play.
Got one right here, catch.
Sarah Andrasic getting set to come out for her final inning of work. This is a line drive to left field. Should score a run. They're going to try to get Langs at the plate, and that's just not going to work. And charging down to second with an RBI single is Jenna Lenza, and the Lakers now lead it 5-1. Big run picked up there by Grand Valley. And the speedy Langs comes around to score for the second time today, and that'll bring up Ellie Ballbach. Well, Newman got over quickly, but there's just nobody that's going to throw out Janae Langs in a 2-out situation like that. Here's another ball to left. Newman there in foul territory will grab this one for out number 3. 7th inning coming up. One more opportunity for Sarah Andrasic to show her stuff on Senior Day on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
There's a phenomenon at Grand Valley State University that is making a lasting impact on our students, the state of Michigan, and beyond. It's called the Laker effect. Lakers understand that one person can make a significant impact. Together, we know we can do even more. That's the Laker effect.
Well, Andrasic gets a little bit of a break here for the 7th inning. She'll be facing the bottom third of the batting order. Kendra Moore, Abby Reeser, and Anna Anderson, the first 3 scheduled hitters 7, 8, and 9 as Andrasic and the Lakers try to close out this win. Walsh finally broke through and scored in the 6th inning. And here's a ball hit down the left field line, just foul. Dropped in front of Dominguez over there giving chase. So 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, Kendra Moore. Grand Valley concludes the home portion of its season tomorrow against Hillsdale. Action starts at 1 o'clock here in Allendale. The ball is outside from Andrasic. Another one fouled into the Laker bullpen down the third baseline. 1-2 the count on the right fielder for the Cavaliers. Andrzejczyk with that let-up pitch. And she just hadn't been able to quite get the release point right on that one. Hasn't really left one in the zone over the plate. Good swing there by Kendra Moore on a good hard fastball that was down in the zone. Count remains 2-2 here. Grand Valley 3 outs away from its 10th straight win. Second game coming up here about a half hour after the conclusion of this one. This is on the ground. That's foul, just foul. Boy, if Flaherty had gotten to that one a little quicker, she would have had an easy out. She threw it across the diamond and was going to get more rather easily. On the last roll, this one trickles into foul territory. You could see it pretty clearly. Jim Jakubowski out there to make the call, and it was the right one. Flaherty hugging the line at third in the late inning situation. Count full now as Andrzejczyk misses outside. So Sarah has run the count full, but she wants to pound the zone here in her final inning of work, and she does, and that one is ripped foul down the left field line. I think Dana Callahan would tell you if she'd rather see that than a walk in this situation. Outfield straightaway in medium depth for Kendra Moore. And this is in the air on the infield. It's Showman, I think, taking control here. And the shortstop snags that one for out number one. That was a ball that could have been played by Lenza probably, but I think the real proper play there is the shortstop because she's not looking directly into the sun. She's got her back a little bit toward it, and that's out number one. So good work by Andrzejczyk to get Kendra Moore. Here's the shortstop, Reeser. Well, actually, they're going to have a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Annie Wolf stepping in to bat for
20.
Walsh in this situation.
28, Annie Wolf.
Wolf, a sophomore from Louisville, Ohio. Right-handed batter. Getting a chance here in the 7th inning, game one. Andrzejczyk, that's a ball hit right back up the middle, and that's why she was in there. Good pitch by Andrzejczyk, low and away, and Wolf went down and golfed it into center field. For a base hit. So that'll bring up Anna Anderson.
For Walsh, number 20, Abby Reeser. And at the plate for the Cavaliers, center fielder, number 8, Anna Anderson.
So Reeser comes back into the game. She'll return after being hit for. A little faster runner at first base. And this will be Anderson. Grand Valley will play in at third. Medium depth at second and short. And even Supernaut up a little bit. That's a strike on the outside corner from Andrzejczyk. See if Sarah can end this one with a flourish. Facing the number 9 hitter here. With one out in the 7th. That pitch is inside, 1-1. Ellie Ballbach still throwing in the bullpen for Grand Valley. If she's needed, she could get ready in a hurry. Andrzejczyk now starting to get a little tired, it might seem. She's missed the zone with more pitches in the last couple of innings than we've seen her do in the last day and a half of work. And she misses badly outside again, so it's now 3-1 the count. And this is in the air to right field. Horvath looking up into the sun. She's there and she makes the catch. Played her perfectly, did Chelsea Horvath for out number 2. So fly ball to right field for Anderson, and that'll leave it up to Elena Manor.
Number 4, Elena Manor.
Manor, good hitter. She grounded out sharply in the first inning, had a single in the third, 1 for 3. Little grounder to Supernaut, this should end it. Boy, she waited a little while, but tags the bag and gets the out, and that's going to end it here for Grand Valley in game one. Little casual there at the end, but Supernaut is able to retire the hitter, Elena Manor, for the final out of the contest. And it's another win for Sarah Andrzejczyk, who on the season now moves to 12-2 as Grand Valley gets the victory here in game one of the doubleheader by the score of 5-1. So that's going to do it for our broadcast coverage of Grand Valley softball here for the 2016 season. I want to thank our crew and people that did a good job bringing you these games this season. Our producer-director, Bill Cuppy, the guys in the truck today, Nick Smith, and also James Batens and Jeremy Knickerbocker, our internet provider, and also on the camera out in the field today, Tony Packer and Terry Ballard. I'm Tom Cleary. Thanks for being with us. In Game 1 of the doubleheader with Walsh today, it's Sarah Andrzejczyk winning for the 12th time. Grand Valley wins it. Our final score today, Grand Valley 5, Walsh 1.